My name is David Stevens. I'm a veteran of the United States Air Force and a member of Concerned Veterans for America. I am for the VA Accountability Act for multiple reasons. One, we need to get accountability back with the VA Compensation Service-Connected Disability Group and to our medical group as well. I've been through both and I can tell you the horrors. I suffered this blast in 1975. Notice there is no cockpit. The cockpit and crew area got blown completely off that B-52 all the way across the tarmac and in through a hangar. People died that night. I got a letter of commendation from 3 officers for what I did that night to help prevent that problem becoming any worse. Within 1 to 2 days, I was in the base hospital. And they had to take out my appendix, and I blacked out at the time. Fast forward to today. I've got brain damage in the left side of my head. My primary care physician at the time had noticed and tied down the date of that damage to within 2.5 years of that blast. My optical people have noticed a bruise, a permanent bruise on my eyeball inside my head where my brain hit my eyeball. And I've tied that down to the blast. Hearing, part of it could be from the blast, part of it could be old age. I'll know that fairly soon, probably within a year, when they look at the results from 5 years ago to pretty soon when they do a retest to see what loss is done between there. My biceps are not attached at either shoulder because the brain damage causes me to lose my balance at any given time for any specific reason. I just fall. The fall has caused these to be torn to where they cannot be repaired at all. Every now and then my muscle will tense up and I fall down to a big ball inside my arm near my elbow. And I look like Popeye, but you can tell I'm not Popeye. I have several other medical issues as well. All those medical issues are being taken care of at the VA. Now, when I applied for VA compensation benefits because of that accident, the VA originally turned me down. They said the incident did not happen. Well, here's a picture. That picture comes from a released news article the following morning of the blast. However, Air Force put a classification on that incident the day after that. And so no information is available. VA compensation people do not have the ability to get classification articles at large. The only thing they can get is if they tell them exactly the information they want to know to see if it's in there. That's the only thing they can do. My Air Force comrades who were based in Laos and Cambodia during Vietnam, those who were injured could not get benefits for decades. And here we are, 40 years after Vietnam ended. Just 2 to 3 years ago, some of our Army veterans are just now able to apply for and get Agent Orange benefits. My question is, why are they afraid to take care of our veterans? Let's go on, fast forward to today in medical issues. I'm generally pleased with most of my health care at the VA. However, we have issues. One of my issues is the urology group. I had an appointment 3 weeks ago or so for 11 o'clock in the morning. I did not get to see a doctor till 5:45 in the afternoon. You know, one of the really strange things the urology people like you to do is give you a sample. How many people do you know want to hold it for over 6.5 hours. It's not going to happen. And then they wonder why you can't pee on demand. The reason is because they triple book. The reason they triple book because the doctors tell the ladies at the front desk they're going to take care of the veterans no matter what. They don't know what to do. They get in trouble if they say they don't have time. The administration is corrupt in the entire VA system. That corrupt administration allows corrupt employees. I was in the hospital about a month ago. The problem with the VA hospital in Houston is that evening shift change. When the new shift starts coming on about 7:30 and they start communicating with the existing shift that's about the end. Of course, they need to know about patients and everything, but they usually talk about other stuff. There's a lot of laughing going on and consoling. And they take care of that more so than they do the patients. Hell breaks loose if a patient has to get a hold of one of them during that shift change. Case in point, a few months ago I was in the hospital and my blood sugar was getting out of whack and I could feel it. It's going too low. Buzzed them. They came in and checked it. It's 54. That's low. Well, they come back. I'm buzzing. My blood sugar's getting worse. You need to check my blood sugar. They checked it again. It was 36. 30 is coma stage. I said, well, we're trying to find out what we need to do. Turns out the doctor did not know what to do about, the doctor on call did not know what to do about low blood sugar. So guess what? It was much easier for her just to do nothing. I could have died that night very easily. I threw a fit. I got a code green called on me. A code green at the Becky VA Medical Center means security risk. Everyone respond. You get the police, you get the doctor on call, you get an administrator, you get a psychiatrist, you get all this stuff. And the people coming in. The cops taking notes the whole time. And the doctor, again, stated they didn't know what to do about it. This is the on-call doctor for the hospital. I finally told the nurse what to do, and they didn't think they had the authority to do it. And the doctor said, no, you can't do that until we get approved. He went ahead and did it anyway. He got me what I needed. I needed some glucose tablets. And they make gel, too, for people who are low in blood sugar to keep their blood sugar from getting too low so they don't go into coma. I could have died. My hospital visit prior to that, I was doing dialysis. Missed dinner. They brought me a sack lunch. Well, I have to check my blood sugar before I eat, because if it's too high, well, I get other problems from having my blood sugar too high. Tried to ring. They didn't ring. An hour, 15 minutes later, they still had not responded. So, that was also a shift change. So I did the only thing I knew how to do. I got out of my bed. The issue with me getting out of my bed, because of the brain damage I have and other factors, they put alarms on my bed because they don't want me getting around walking on my own, because they don't want me to fall down, because that's a liability issue for them. But when I got out of my bed, those alarms went off. They said, you can't get out of bed, you can't do that. Okay, well, hand me my rollator. My rollator is my device I use to keep me from falling down. So they brought that over there. I got out my own diabetic test kit. I tested my own blood sugar. What are you doing? You can't do that. You're not allowed to have that kit here. I said, well, if you're not going to check my blood sugar, I'm going to check it. It was a little high, so I then got my insulin bottle, and I injected insulin in me to keep me from having high blood sugar. See, when you eat, your blood sugar goes up. So if I'm already a little high, if I eat again, it's going to go even higher, which causes more problems. They called the code green on me. Here again, same thing. If you're not going to check my blood sugar, I'm going to. A little bit. What I have a problem with is why can't the doctors on call know how to deal with the simple blood sugar issue? Why would they rather do nothing because they don't know what to do and let somebody die than try to figure out what to do? That is a problem. No wonder we had 307,000 veterans died last year alone in the VA system. So yeah, I'm for the VA Accountability Act. What I found out too in my hospital stays, what the hospital shows says what my prescriptions are supposed to be doesn't match what is in the VA pharmacy. What the VA pharmacy has for my prescriptions does not match what my VA doctors have put into the system. What the VA doctors have put into the system doesn't match the VA hospital. So we have one location, one hospital, with 3 different databases of pharmaceuticals, and they don't match. Why is that? Again, yeah, I'm for VA accountability, and we need to get this passed before we have more than just 307,000 of us die because they don't know what they're doing. Thank you for your time.